Hello and welcome to a different video. And this is me explaining that, something that you would never believe. The original A Nightmare on Elm Street is actually based off a true story. Now, I did do a short about this, but I'm doing a video because I kind of want to go more in depth with this. Now, I know that your mind is probably boggled because, look at all these horror franchises, like ones you could believe are based off a true story, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though, Texas Chainsaw Massacre mostly is based off a true story. But, things like that you could believe, happen in real life. However, A Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the most fictional horror movies of all time, it is pretty difficult to believe, I'm not going to blame you. But the story behind it really is fascinating. So basically, in the 1970s, there were killings in Cambodia, and a family, fled to the United States. And basically, there was this little boy, and when they got to the United States, they thought, everything was over. They could be safe again. They could start living their normal lives. However, the boy still kept having these nightmares every single night. And when asked about it, he told his parents that, he was afraid that if he fell asleep, this thing that was chasing him would eventually get him. So this boy would just try and stay awake for days and days and days at a time. His parents were worried sick, and he finally fell asleep, and the parents thought that the crisis was over. However, it had only just begun. One night, they heard screaming coming from his room. They ran there, and by the time they got there was just silence. They entered the room, and they saw the most horrifying sight. Their son was dead. But the shocking part is that he died in the middle of a nightmare. When Wes Craven disclosed this information, he also was explaining that this kid was telling everyone about this entity in his dreams that people older than him just wouldn't believe him about, and that, and I quote, became the central line of A Nightmare on Elm Street. It is a terrifying story, and it really has to be heard to be believed. Because if you tell someone that A Nightmare on Elm Street is based off a true story, they will call you insane. But once they hear what happened in real life, my goodness, it really is horrifying. And that is how the whole idea of Freddy Krueger, this man who haunts your dreams, and even what the boy was saying in real life, how he was saying that if he went to sleep, this thing would get him. That is exactly what happens in the nightmare movies. The whole point is to try and not go to sleep, because if you do, Freddy will get you and he will kill you. So I know that was a very, very dark video, especially one for this redonkulous channel. But I did just feel that it was a very serious topic, and of course, I am a horror fan. So any details about a movie's production, I find fascinating, and this really was something else. So if you enjoyed, hopefully I put some scary music behind that, because if I didn't, I feel like a real idiot. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.